fight news. It's not fight news. It's brunch boxing.
Brunch boxing, man. Y'all. Brunch boxing, man. Y'all. Man, y'all keep doing y'all thing. Keep working hard, man.
Hey, I don't know what brunch boxing is, but shout out to them.
All right, welcome. As you're looking at your screen right now, you see we're missing the big man. The big man isn't here today, but we're still going to move on. I feel kind of like the Lakers right now. I'm not 100% health, but I'm ready. I'm still pushing through. Matt's out. We don't know with the injury. I assume he fouled again. I assume that he did damage on his knee. I'm assuming his knee is not 100%. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that he was stumbling around the apartment, fee, fi, full thumb, and then boom, hit the ground, and then he can't do the show today. But we got Mike. We got Huey. We got a show here. And we also have my man, the insider of all insiders, Tay Jones, a man that's inside the camp with Deontay Wilder. How you doing today, Tay?
I'm good, man. How y'all boys doing, man?
We're doing good. We're excited. So it's fight day. What's the mood? What's the mood like for Wilder Chisora today?
Shit, man. Just got to get it going now. I actually just came back from the arena, so it was, it's my first time seeing the O2. You know what I mean? The infamous O2. So I got to go look around and explore some things. And I didn't even know they had Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's got his own room in there, so I didn't know that. So I was like, damn. So I didn't know that, bro. So I was elated to see that. You know what I mean?
Are you excited for Sweet Caroline later today?
Man, you know what? I was talking about that yesterday. I was telling somebody like, man, I don't want to hear that shit, man.
Man, that's big fight.
That's the thing over here. I heard. So
yeah.
It is what it is, man. I just want to, it's a different atmosphere, especially from the States, because in the States we have many sports, and as well as football, baseball, basketball that comes before boxing theoretically in the States. Then over here, you got football and then you got boxing. You know what I mean? So it's different though, and fans over here, they just they act the same way. People talking crazy in the lobby and throughout the little carousel mall right here. So yeah, man, there's a lot of people over here. It's been events at the O2 all week, so there's been a whole bunch of people all week. You know what I mean? So it's been real good.
Feel like a big fight feel to it?
Yeah, it does. Now it's different from the Vegas feel for sure. It's definitely different from that, but shit, it's been a hell of a fight week for real though. Honestly, it really has. But it's definitely different, from the New York when you go to the Barclays, and it's different from the Vegas feeling as well. It's totally different.
Now, you've been along. I think you've been along with Wilder for the ride, right? How does this fight camp feel? How does he feel mentally going into this fight? What would you say? Does it feel different than other ones? Or does it feel like old Wilder, or does it feel like this is a new Wilder, but which could be better? You know what I mean? What do you feel like?
Well, what I feel like is that, as long as he keep improving from fight to fight basis, that was honestly the whole motive for him to come back and get back into, the picture. But, he was supposed to fight two more times last year, in which he didn't get to do because of some things that transpired with, Turkey and others. But shit, man, you just got to see how he look. I think that's for the public to decide, you know what I mean? Instead of for me to really say, but I just feel as if mentally, a mental capacity, you know what I mean? He's back to being himself. And I think I stated that, him going into the fight with Herndon, it wasn't more so of inside the ring. It was more so to everything to do outside the ring. But just to see him focus in the last fight to lock in, and see him carry over to what he's been doing since the last fight, mentally wise, I think that, it'll make for a great fight for sure, even though this is a tough opponent for sure.
Yeah, does it? A lot. There's the rumors of the Usyk fight, right? Definitely seems like that's kind of a goal of Wilder to get into Usyk. And usually you have a fighter that's going to get in that, he would have a tune-up fight. This isn't a tune-up fight. To me, it's more of a prove-it fight, right? You're getting in there with the guy that, to me, it's like, okay, if Wilder if he still has that shot, does he still have his game? Is he on the downside? We're going to prove it tonight. I like prove-it fights. I think that's
the question. I mean, not only is it's a question for everybody. I think it's a question for himself. I don't think he has anything to prove to nobody but himself. You know what I mean? Of course, to the fans, it's more so as he's saying he's back and he back to being himself, and that's more so of proving to the fans. But honestly, in all in all, he just got to prove to himself. Even when he took this fight, I told him, I like, bro, this ain't no easy, this ain't no easy fight. It's a hard fight, you know what I mean? And he took that approach going to camp. I know he definitely took that approach going to camp. He's been saying it all along, like, it's gonna be a war. It's gonna be one of those fights, and he's prepared. He prepared himself for a war. That's So again, like I said before, I think it's for the fans to see if he's back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And what I say. Obviously, I'm not in the ring with him. You know what I mean? Although I did see, throughout the duration of camp, seeing different things, but I think it's going to be a great fight, and I just like where you're at mentally wise. That was, my biggest concern. It always has been my biggest concern.
Yeah, you as an ex-fighter, do you think that he truly knows if he's back or not, or do you think he has to find out in the ring himself? You know what I mean? Do you think he maybe has the questions like, we're going to see, I feel good to go coming out of camp, but we're going to have to find out in the ring?
I personally think he knows where he at.
Okay.
That's what I think. I think he knows where he at, and not just physically, but mentally as well. But I think that from the sparring partners that he had in camp, because he definitely had some guys in that camp, and from what he was able to do, and again, it's just sparring, right? But what he was able to do within those rounds was, it was like, damn, okay, cool. So let's go to the next thing. And
gotcha.
Tonight is the next thing.
Now, we know this is Chisora. Well, Chisora says it's his last fight. You never truly know in boxing. Right? But would you say, though, if Wilder were to lose this fight, would you say this would be is there a good chance this is his last fight in boxing?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know. I don't think it would be. Simply because he's fighting for another purpose now.
Okay.
He hasn't stated that purpose. So I won't say, but he's fighting for a different person, another purpose, and it's right around the lines of why he got into boxing. So we'll see, man. For Chisora, I don't know if Chisora was to win. I don't think he'll retire, man.
You think he's still?
But I don't think he will, because I mean, honestly, it's like, why would you when because you beat Deontay, then because he's been having a couple of strong performances.
Yeah.
So it's like you beat Deontay, it's like, okay, well, shit, I might got a chance to pull off another big payday before I truly get up out of here. You know what I mean? So if I'm held, that's how I'm looking at it. But if he's truly ready to walk away, then hey, so be it. But he's mentioned it, even when we was doing the whole glove try-ons and things yesterday, he was talking to his kids, and his wife was like, last one. So I don't know, bro. I really don't.
It's hard to leave on momentum, because like you said, there's a payday. If you got momentum, then there's a payday win at the other end of it, right?
Yeah, you can get a payday, because you got those other guys coming up. You got the Fabio Warleys, you got Isaac Atama, you know what I'm saying? So, what I mean? Not saying that he'll be a gatekeeper or anything of that nature, but potentially a big fight, those up and coming stars, or even with a Joseph Park, or those other guys, what I mean?
There's something there,
right?
Now, you brought up the glove. We saw there was a little bit of glove controversy. I love glove controversy. I think it's one of my favorite things in boxing. What happened? What was the issue with the gloves?
So it really wasn't like a no big. It wasn't a big issue, or a controversy type of thing. It was just the simple fact that over the course of Deontay's career, he only had like 11 surgeries on his hands.
Okay.
Whether it's right or left, right?
Okay.
And so with the Grant gloves, when he put his gloves on, the Grant gloves start. I'm not sure if you can see my hand, but the Grant gloves stop about right here.
Okay.
On his hand.
Okay.
And I think I even put a video out showing that it stopped right there, and so his palm is out the glove.
Okay.
And so when he grabs the glove, and he was just saying like his hands balls up like this inside the glove.
It's not able to get a full fist.
Yeah, he's not able to get a full fist in there. So and he was like, man, listen, I'm tired of going outside, leaving out the ring, always having to get my hand fixed, and not being with my kids every time I fight. And so he finally found a pair of gloves who distribute the gloves pretty much through all the different manufacturers. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And he's able to put his hands in there, and they fit real comfortable on his hand. And make a long story short, the promoter of the fight, he told the promoter of the fight way before we got here. The promoter of the fight was just like, well, hey, bring him over. Once we got here, he gave him to the promoter, and whoever was supposed to do what they was supposed to do, I guess they never did.
Okay. So the gloves he was gonna wear were Grant gloves.
No. It was his pair of gloves that he had personally got made.
No. What I'm saying is the ones that didn't fit right were Grant gloves.
Yeah, the ones that didn't fit right was Grant.
The brand that he chose, what was the brand that he ended up choosing that's gonna fight next?
So the ones he's gonna end up fighting in tonight are gonna be Rivals.
Has he ever fought in Rivals? Is this the first time?
He used to be with Russ at the beginning of his career.
Okay. So you don't think there's gonna be any figuring out with the gloves? It might not sound like a big deal to people, but when you put on gloves and it feels different, like boxing is just so mental that it will mess with you a little bit. So do you think that there'll be
actually those gloves, he was able to get his hand down.
Okay.
He was actually able to get his hand down. It felt comfortable. The other gloves that he personally had made, there was a little bit more salter on the inside for him to get his hands in and things of that nature. But he actually liked those Rivals.
Okay, perfect.
So when he put those on, and he was like, "Oh yeah, these it right here." So
so it felt good. Everything worked out.
Yeah, everything was good. But it wasn't like it wasn't nothing big. It was just that we understood, like, it's business, no?
Yeah.
So like Derek Chisora say, it's business. And he was just like, Derek Chisora just like, well, you wouldn't like if I came to the States and I brought my gloves, but he had to explain to Derek, like, Derek, I did everything that I was supposed to do. Now, what happened between the promoter and the BBFC, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But I can only tell you from my side, I did everything I was supposed to do.
I got
that was what the hold up and what caused most of the hold up and the back and forth was when it was time to weigh in the morning, Derek wasn't there. He wasn't there. So everything would have been handled that morning. His manager Derek was there that morning for the early morning weigh-ins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might have came a little later, but when we was there, they wasn't there. So that was more so the hold up. So they end up having to do it after the ceremonial weigh-ins.
Got you. What did Wilder weigh in at? I didn't see that.
226.
Okay, 226. Okay, is that a little bit on the heavier side for Wilder? Would you say, or is that about where he's comfortable at?
Between 225 to 218.
Okay, gotcha. So he's comfortable. He's where he wants to be.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, Mike, how are you feeling? Big fight day. I know you're a big event guy. This feels like a big event. Are you excited for today?
Oh, definitely a big event. Very excited. I just think, man, Wilder, when you ever see those vampire movies where they're weak and once they get a taste of blood again, like just something gets in them again. I feel like today is that day where Deontay Wilder is going to get a taste of blood and he's going to go for the kill. I'm feeling that. I really been feeling it. I'm excited for it. Yeah, man. I mean, who's not tuning in, right?
I feel like it's the kind of fight you want. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I gotta tell you here, but I gotta be honest. I did not love the Usyk Wilder matchup, right? I didn't like. I said, I don't know where Wilder's at right now, but to me, this fight is like the perfect matchup to be like, let's find out where Wilder's really at. And this is a guy that you're gonna get action in it. There's just no doubt about it that Chisora's gonna bring action. Wilder's gonna look to land a big shot. It's going to be action. And you're going to see if Wilder's off his game, I think it's going to really be brought out today because you got a guy that's bringing pressure. You got a guy that kind of fights awkward. He has like little hitches to his game. And if it throws off your timing or you don't have your timing down right or you don't have the punches down right, to me, it could kind of snowball. So that's why I love this matchup. Huey, how are you feeling about this matchup?
I've actually switched my opinion from when we had the conversations earlier in this week. I was leaning towards Chisora. I didn't like this matchup. I still think there's a chance that he could win. I still don't know that I'm completely confident in what I've seen from Wilder in the recent outings. And the fact that it's just been a while since I've seen him put together a really solid performance against a notable opponent, not necessarily someone who's super skillful or anything like that. Because I don't think Chisora is at that point of his career where he's, a really great fighter, but he's still someone of note that we know that has given good fighters good tough fights. But I'm picking Wilder to come through in this one. I'm not with Matt. I'm not saying he's going to do it in one round. I'm not a 5, But I do think Wilder is going to pull through on this fight, and I think he eventually leads to one more big fight with either Usyk or AJ.
Now, I do a type fight, which what I'll say, like, what type of fight is it? 70-30, whatever. I got this as a 50-50 fight, right? Because I can see Chisora, I can see Chisora coming in and just walking into something big, and the fight's over. And it'll be that possibility throughout the full 12 rounds. If it goes to full 12, it's going to be that option every day for every round for Wilder. I can also see Chisora just applying too much pressure, Wilder not having the timing down right, and just getting smothered and outworked to lose the decision, or even maybe get stopped late. But I can see that. I can see both sides of it. You agree, Tay, that this is a 50-50 fight?
Yeah, I can definitely see that for sure. For sure. Like I said before, bro, when he first started talking about the fight, I was like, damn, that's a goddamn, that's a tough ass fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And especially like you say, I think he was talking about the last several outings, you know. Going back to the Herndon fight, I just thought that was for me, I thought that was a fight that he got back doing some things that he hasn't done in a long time. And I think the public hasn't seen done in a long time, right? But to continue building on that, and where his mindset is at now, I think that, you know, it'll definitely look different, but how different would it look? And that's what we got to see tonight, right?
Exactly.
But definitely, for sure. I mean, you could definitely say it's a 50-50 fight based on, you know, the last outings from both guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, Derek Chisora, he's tough. You know what I mean? It's no doubt about it. Can he be beat? Absolutely. Can Wilder be beat? Absolutely. But man, I just think this is a great damn fight. And what better opponent for Deontay to have to see if he's truly back, and what better opponent for Derek Chisora for his going away party, so he say, you know what I mean? And you got to be stupid to think that Derek Chisora not coming to fight for his last fight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's gonna be some fighting going on, man. So
yeah,
I'm buckled up.
You know, the one thing about Chisora, and I know some people like are, you know, negative about Chisora, whatever. The dude's been entertaining his whole career. Like, you can't be like, oh no, Chisora don't come. He's gonna entertain. Like, he's gonna come in. He's not gonna suddenly try to box. He's not gonna. No. He's gonna come forward. He's gonna wing some big shots. He's gonna get busy. And like I said, where he's at in his career is actually pretty interesting, right? Like, if you look at even his losses, he had a really competitive fight with Joseph Parker. Now and then he loses the second one pretty clearly, but he's in there tough. I think he has wins over Joe Joyce. He smokes Otto Wallin. He's on a good run in his career right now. Like, it's a real resurgence. So you're not, to me, maybe it's not the best he ever was, but it's a guy that knows what he's doing in the ring and is still competitive with a lot of good guys. You know, the heavyweight division is interesting. That's what I'm saying. That's why I just love this matchup so much. I think that you can see the multiple outcomes. It's edge of your seat type stuff, and it's going to be a crazy crowd energy, you know, in the arena. So that's exciting.
Man, I think so too, man. And like I said before, man, it's a hard fight simply because Derek Chisora has a motor, man. He has a motor. You know what I mean? But what would he do after 5 rounds? Because we all know what happens to Derek Chisora after 5 rounds. You know what I mean? So hopefully he can keep up. Does he have the waist that he used to have? Does he have the legs that he used to have? That's going to be a question on Derek Chisora's part as well.
And, you know, like Deontay Wilder, we know he's a home run hitter. And if you're constantly just throwing over the plate against Deontay Wilder for 12 rounds, you know, you have to imagine at one point he makes contact. What happens when he makes contact, right? Is Chisora able to stand a big right hand for Deontay Wilder? We're going to find out. So I think that's really exciting. I tell you, I don't know if you're staying with us for the whole show. It's up to you. You can. We're going to just kind of go off a few of the topics, you know, going on. Maybe you got some insider knowledge. I told you the insider of all insiders. So
I got about 5 minutes, about 5-10 minutes.
Okay, but let's talk.
While we have you, let's just get his opinion on what the big news of the week was. We got Xander and Boots officially announced here for June 27th. What do you make of that matchup, and do you have an opinion on who you think is going to come out victorious? I'm
gonna be honest with you, man. People not giving Xander Zayas just due, but I think when he fight Boots, he'll get his just due. I love Boots, but then again, you gotta. How I look at it is this: when we look at Boots' last 8 to 10 last opponents, I guess you could say, he's fought 154. He fought two different natural 47s. One of the 47s, he fought 2 times and looked bad in both fights. One of the other 47, he demolished. But what does he have in common with the other 47s that came up and weight from 140? They all came forward and didn't move their fucking head. You see what I'm saying? So we literally only seen him against 2 different styles. And those 2 different styles of unfortunately came from Karen. Right? And so Xander Zayas, he can do what Karen did plus 70% more. So it's just for me. Because again, I know Boot is a phenomenal talent, if you ask me. But it's just that I haven't seen him against any other style, except for those last 6 to 10 opponents. I know at least 6 of them was coming up from 140. He fought Karen twice. He looked bad in both of those fights. And then he fought Stanionis, but his styles in common with everybody else he fought last 6 to 10 fights. Yeah. So with that being said, Xander Zayas give you a different dimension. But on the Xander Zayas side, it's like, okay, well, we see him fight different styles, but can he keep up with somebody with the physical attributes that Boots has? Yeah. That's a question that we don't know. Is he? Yeah, he might be younger than Boots. I think he what? So he defended his title 2 times, I believe.
Yes, we won a title and then defended.
Right. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go 60-40 Boots. I'm gonna go 60-40, but I've been seeing people say 80-20 and all that. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna say 60-40 simply because I think Boots, he definitely looked a hell of a lot better at 154 than he did at 47, obviously, because he didn't have to make, the weight of the IBF rules. He didn't have to make that weight no more. So he definitely looked a hell. Right. So he looked a hell of a lot better. You know what I mean? But then again, how is he going to look against a different style that we haven't seen him against? So that's why I'm going to say 60-40 for Boots.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very tough fight. I think it's a hard one to call. I love matchups like this where you don't truly know what it's going to look like. Now, we know how talented Boots is. I think that we're learning how talented Xander Zayas is. I wasn't a guy that was super high on him. When I seen him like crushing cans, it didn't overly impress me. But as the competition's went up, I am starting to admire what he does in the ring. You're right. Listen, Xander's, we've seen that Karen can move around the ring. He could circle. He had give issues to Boots. He was a little bit tricky. He wasn't a guy that was a plotter. He wasn't a guy coming up from lower weight. He was a guy that was at that weight with some skill, and it was tough for Boots. I liked Boots what did in the second fight. I thought it was a tough fight, but I think Karen's a little better than people think. I think Xander Zayas might be better than Karen. I agree with you on that. And he does have good footwork. So if footwork gives Boots problems, we're going to find out again right here because Xander Zayas can move his feet. Matt was telling me, he says, you got to watch his footwork. He was right. Xander Zayas, his footwork, the way he works off his footwork is very good. But Boots is, I think, I'm really high on Boots. I think that he's a complete package. Now, is he going to have issues with guys that punch and move? To be honest with you, a lot of guys have issues with guys that punch and move. You know what I mean? So we're going to find out. There's not a lot of guys that can punch and move really well. If Xander Zayas could do that, he's going to give issues to a lot of guys. But I think Boots has these abilities that just not a lot of people have. And when I seen in the Stanionis fight was when he follows a game plan, when he commits to a game plan, he could look damn good. And I know people say, oh, he gets hit. Oh, he does get hit, but he's also been durable. And you got to be durable in this sport. I mean, you're going to get touched. And if you're durable, that's a big plus on you. So I can't wait for this fight. It also, to me, shows if you truly want to fight, a fight can be made. And Xander Zayas truly wanted this fight. Boots really wanted this fight. The fight got made. This makes Virgil, to me, in my opinion, not look great, right? Because if you wanted the fight, it could be there. I think that there's a market correction in boxing right now that, the money, I see a lot of guys looking at Turkey being like, hey, Turkey, get me paid, right? Because they know that Turkey's paying above market value. If Turkey's not there, though, you're seeing a lot of guys say not avoiding fights now. You're seeing a lot of guys saying, oh, I don't want this fight right now because Turkey's not there to overpay me. There's a market correction where these promoters are saying, I'm only going to pay you what you're worth. I'm only going to pay you what I can make my money on. And the guys that truly want to prove something, the guys that truly believe in themselves, because the winner of Xander Zayas versus Boots will be a superstar in boxing. We'll have the next fight will be a massive payday for them. And these are the two guys that truly believe they're that good. They truly believe that they're the next guy. Another thing about this matchup, listen, it might be one of the ones where it ruins a guy. You know what I mean? You might walk away where you say this is a career turner, right? I was
Yeah.
watching Charlo versus J-Rock last night. That's a hell of a fight. It's a quick fight. It's 5 rounds, but that's a damn good fight. And J-Rock does not look out skilled to me. He doesn't look out ability-wise, but he came up short in that fight where guys are throwing, fast, powerful shots. He came up short, and I think that changed his whole career from that point. That happens sometimes. Two guys meet each other, they're in their primes, and then it changes their career. This might be one of those fights where just, what happened to that guy? He never panned out to being what I thought was because he ran into this guy at the point of when he was at the top of his game. That's what we could see here. Mike, what do you think of that fight, Boots versus Zayas?
Oh, I think it's good for the boxing community. One, people love seeing these fights and champions finally fight. While they're young. We rarely get that. So I'm glad that's happening. I like Boots. I like the tools Boots has. But Zayas does got some good movement, and I know that's given Boots some issues before. So I think it's a lot closer than I think. Was it minus 400 right now for Boots, something like that?
Yes,
You opened
I
minus
would
430.
I would have it like at minus 115. Closer to 50-50. That's
like
a wide spread for me.
Yes,
I
like I
think
said-
Zayas can do some things, and when it's all said and done, you only got to win 7 rounds.
Exactly.
That's all you got to do. It is what it is.
That's why I keep telling people the EzRaw type fights is better than Vegas odds. It's more accurate. I showed that in the Fundora versus Thurman, and we're going to show that tonight, and we're going to show that in that fight.
My problem with that is you don't
What's
explain. You don't explain yourself. I'm like, okay, this guy went 80-20, but like I get zero explanation on why we had those numbers.
You know what?
Drives me
realized?
crazy. Every
Even-
fucking time it drives me crazy. I'm like, dude, well, I want to know why he's thinking this.
Even when I realized that even when I explain something, it's still over people's heads. So there's just no point. I said, why waste my breath? What do you think of this fight?
Me?
Yes.
I agree. I agree with Mike. I think the odds are too wide. First of all, like I know I saw those yesterday. We talked about it in the space. Minus 430 is an over 80% implied win percentage for Boots. Now, one thing we do have to consider with that is the odds are made in order to induce gambling on both sides and protect the house. They expect a lot more people to bet on Boots, and so they're protecting and insulating themselves from the potential of him, one, having a lot of action and winning, or two, people fading him and then ultimately losing. That's why you're seeing the wide discrepancy. I do agree with Mike. I don't know about 115, but I would probably put this around like the minus 165 for Boots, plus 130-ish range for Xander as an opening line, and let it kind of adjust from there. But I see what they're doing. Style-wise, great fight. I think Boots is going to give Xander a lot to think about, and Xander's going to have to be damn near perfect in order to win this fight. I don't necessarily know that Xander has the punching power or even accumulating power to stop Boots, especially with him moving up in weight. I think he's going to be more durable, stronger, have better conditioning. And I think we saw him look stronger, in that last fight that he did have against Luis Malima. Mm-hmm. And so definitely a great matchup there. I see Xander having some success early, and then Boots may be able to find him late and making an interesting fight, potentially stopping him. But early on, I'm kind of leaning Xander in this fight. And if you are, I think you should bet on this now. I think that when we get closer, you might see more sharks getting money on Xander, and these odds are going to tighten.
After this fight, is the winner of this fight the number one guy in the division?
Yes.
That's tough. I think that
the 154.
I don't know. That's my favorite division.
I think if Xander wins, he is the number one guy. If Boots wins, you're going to have people split on whether it's him or Fundora.
Okay. I just like, okay, we're looking at Fundora, right? Fundora's got Zoo, but Zoo's been stopped by Morzalia too. He's got Lubin, but Lubin didn't really do. He has a win over Ramos, but then got stopped by Virgil. I don't know that Fundora has the win to say that solidifies me as number one. I think beating Zayas would be better than anything Fundora's done in the weight class at that point. So I know it's only one fight. I know it's only one fight. It's only one win. But I would put Boots at number one. For sure, Zayas would be number one. I mean, Zayas has gotten to work. He already unified with Burrell. I think that's a fight that's kind of underrated at this point and it will stay underrated because not a lot of people are going to fight Burrell. He's not going to be a guy that's like, oh, people are fighting him. So I think he's going to stay underrated. But if he beats Boots, I mean, there's no conversation to be had. And also the fact that he called out Fundora. tried to fight Pandora. That fight didn't happen. He tried to fight Virgil. That fight didn't happen. So you also have that. To me, I'm not saying that those call outs are wins on the resume, but they are saying like, hey, this guy's want to step in. It wasn't his fault that they didn't step in.
Hey, Tay, I know you said you had about 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago. So if you have to step out and leave, thank you for joining the show. We definitely understand. Thank you for taking the time to break down the Wilder fight with us.
No, for sure, man. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting dressed over here, man.
All right, have a good one.
Hey,
Good luck tonight.
Yes, I appreciate y'all, man.
Boots on the
Thanks, Tay.
ground.
For sure.
Avoid that food, Tay Jones. Avoid that food.
Down there. Brunch boxing always having boots on the ground.
It's actually been good to me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it actually been pretty good to me, man.
Okay, just real quick before you leave, what have you been eating there?
All right, so I'm big on not eating sweet, so I've been on the sugar diet for like the past 4 to 5 months. But I said, you know what, I'm not on vacation, but I'm in a different country. I'm gonna try some stuff. So they got this Turkish place or German place, whatever you call it. So it's like a whole bunch of kebabs and chicken and stuff like that. One of the things that I don't know if it's known for in London, but they have a place called Nando's. So I've been going to Nando's a lot. I had Five Guys for the first time ever, like 2 days ago. Actually, 2 days ago, but I just ate one before we just got on here. But the only reason why I ate it because it didn't have any, fillers and preservatives and all that stuff in it. Because they food don't have all that over here.
Okay.
Right, and then I ate Chipotle, but they pissed me because they don't give you the portions that you get in America.
Tay, you went to the UK and you started having US food. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. You have US fast food. I don't know what's happening.
Man, I mean, and I never went back after that though. I never went back to Chipotle after that because they gave. I'm like, what is this? They was like, well, this is what we're supposed to give you. I'm like, man, y'all got a lot of catching up to do because this ain't it.
JBZ also said Nando's is good.
Oh yeah, Nando's good. No, it's for sure. It's good. Then a couple other places too, but I just can't think of the names though. Oh, it's some Thai or Thai place. I ate it too as well, but it's been pretty good, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate you joining, Tay.
And like staying on the rafters, we have our host, Matt Brown.
Before the good brother Tay Jones get out of here, man.
Look, the one place, real quick, the one place I want to say is I definitely enjoyed. If y'all ever come, it's a place called Morley's. Bro, it's the best burger I ever fucking taste, bro.
Oh, come on, man. Don't say UK is the best burger. Come on, man.
Man, man.
It was made in Germany.
Hey, that burger was good, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, before Tay Jones get out of here, man, listen, man. I need to send my positive energy to the bomb squad and the good brother Deontay Wilder, man. Hey, man, it's time. It's time, man. It's time, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely let them know, man, for sure. Shit,
it's
that's
catch your body season, Tay. It's catch your body season, man.
He definitely need to catch one. He definitely need one tonight for sure. You know what I mean? Definitely need that tonight to keep everything going, keep the momentum going. You know what I mean? So shit, I think he'll get it done. So we'll see.
Yep. I hope AJ don't get shook when he see that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah. He's supposed to come to the fight too.
Yep. Front row.
Yeah.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah, he'll be there. They already told him. He'll be there.
Oh man. I'm hyped. But I appreciate you joining us, Tay.
Man, I appreciate you guys, man.
And like I said, best of luck tonight, man.
Oh no, for sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Tay. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Matt, are you staying for the rest of the show?
Yes, I'm here for the rest of the show.
Let me get the borders up here correctly.
Listen, I know Matt was watching in comments and all he's seen is where's Matt? It's like, and when you get that encore year, that crowd screaming for you, you got to come out.
Hey, got to give the people what they want,
Real quick, I got to take everyone off camera so I can reorganize these.
You didn't got to do all that. I could just be the voice in the background. You don't need to do all that. We all good. We're going to keep rolling with the show. What's next, Ezra?
Well, what's next? We just talked Boots Zayas. Do you have an opinion on Boots versus Zayas, Matt?
Hey, to me, I saw the odds. It's money on the floor. Zayas plus 290 is ridiculous. It's
Mhm.
money on the floor right now. Whether or not Zayas pull it off, I'm not sure, but he can. Whether or not Boots pulls it off, I'm not sure, but he can. This is a true 50-50 fight to me because I can see a pathway to victory for both guys. I can see Zayas building up an early lead and then having to hold on late. I could see Zayas building up an early lead and getting stopped late. I could see Boots maybe trying to dominate early and get him out of there early. But what I need to know is what is Boots' conditioning gonna be like against a fighter of this caliber, late in the fight? Boots has never faced anyone that can fight the way Zayas can fight at this level. Never. Not Karen, not Stanionis, nobody. So we assume because he's at 154 now he should be in better condition and he'll have more energy. But what about the pressure of having to maybe come from behind to win a fight late? That mental fatigue ends up turning into real physical fatigue. So it's a lot of questions that need to be answered. But we're 2 months away, and those questions will get answered.
Is the winner of this fight number one at 154?
No, no. You know, when I first thought about it, I was saying, hey, if Xander wins, he's number one. If Boots wins, you can make the argument he's number one. But when Sebastian Fundora fought Tim Tszyu the first time,
Okay.
Tim Tszyu was recognized by every entity as the number one 154 pounder in the world.
Okay.
So Sebastian Fundora knocked off the guy that was the king. So to me, until Sebastian Fundora gets knocked off, he is the king. We still have to see that fight. But what I will say is that if Xander Zayas wins, he has the best resume at 154, without a
Okay.
doubt.
Okay.
But I need to see it in the ring.
I agree. Now, I was saying that any fight right now, this is what this fight shows me. And I'm seeing a lot of situations what we're seeing. If you want to fight right now as a fighter, it seems like they could all get made, and it really there's no, to me, excuse on business wise. Do you agree with that? If fighters want to fight, these fights could be made.
Absolutely.
I lose them.
Yeah, we lost him.
It's great. Grand opening, grand closing.
I heard absolutely. That's what I heard. Absolutely.
I heard absolutely.
He did say
But you know what?
absolutely.
But,
He
but
did.
it could have ended with absolutely not. Yeah, that's the thing. Is that we
No.
don't know. That's a cliffhanger. That's a
While
cliffhanger.
we wait to get,
I
while
don't,
we wait to,
I don't know.
while,
Oh,
while
you
we
know
wait
what?
to get
Hey, you
Matt
know
back.
what? I did not know you
Oh.
couldn't hear me, but then I saw Ezra's lips still moving. So I was like, I know this motherfucker not interrupted me, so y'all must not be able to hear me. So I got to stay off OnlyFans for now. I'll just
This
focus
is
on
a
the
family
program.
show, Matt. This is a family show.
So what I was saying is the biggest loser in all of this is Virgil Ortiz because he looks like a fucking fool. He looks like a fool. This is a guy who, when he had a chance to fight Xander, he chose to fight Madrimov instead, who was coming off a loss. He told Xander, "Oh, you need to get your name up, get your weight up." So what Xander did, he went out there and won 2 belts. What Virgil did, he went out there and tried to sue his promoter. Now he's sitting down. Now Xander Zayas is getting the Boots fight, and Virgil's sitting at home, and now Virgil has just turned into a troll on Twitter.
Yeah.
All he's doing is, bruh, you gotta know when to take your medicine, and now is the time for Virgil to take his medicine. If anything, this should motivate him to drop this nonsense of a lawsuit and get your ass back in the ring. Now, another guy who is the biggest loser of all of this is Sebastian Fundora. Because you know what? The only thing I hear from people right now is, Sebastian Fundora dropped his belt instead of fighting Zayas.
Yeah.
And that was a mistake in the moment. I was not happy that he fought Zoo again in the moment. I understand. I know, Ezra, you thought it was a bigger fight to fight Zoo, but I thought the Zayas fight was a bigger fight and was a fresh matchup. And now I was thinking about it last night. Imagine how different things would be if we would have Fedora versus Zayas and Fedora would have won. And then if we had Zoo versus Thurman, which was supposed to be the original fight, and Thurman had won, then going into Fedora versus Thurman, we would have really thought Thurman had a chance because a lot of us thought he had a chance anyway. And then that performance that we saw last week from Fedora would have gotten so much more respect instead of people
So
saying it's an old Keith Thurman and Keith Thurman is
let,
done.
let me tell you something, Matt. You're. I don't know what's wrong with you, but even in your dream scenario, Keith Thurman still ends up fighting Fedora. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. Like it's literally insane. You're the only person in the world where their dream scenario 154 is Fedora versus Keith Thurman again. And not even again. It's still happening. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Thurman doesn't get past that Zoo. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hey, but you know what? If
If
he didn't get past Zoo, then that would make a Fedora Zoo rematch that more credible.
I'm with
and
you.
I think we would have got a lot less complaints about it. I think PBC was a little short-sighted in making Zoo Fedora when they made it. They were very short-sighted in that. Now, Fedora now looks crazy because he's out here doing interviews talking about how the WBO was unfair to him. Oh, I don't even know if I even want to fight for all the belts anymore. Hey, buddy, you're not that guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not that guy, buddy.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You
But I will.
you Fedora need to shut the fuck up and fight the other guys. Fight your contemporaries. You need before 2027 is over, Sebastian Fedora needs to fight the following people: Virgil Ortiz, Xander Zayas, Jerron Boots Ennis.
You know, I'll tell you what I do find funny, right? I do. You know, and I will say this: it could still work out for Nora in a very good way. It could still work out that he fights. Zayas beats Boots, and he fights Zayas at this point. That's a much bigger fight, even right now, than it was back then. He would still have had the Zoo fight and the Thurman fight, so it could still work out. Right now, it doesn't look great, but it could still pan out for his way. It go out his way. I will say this though: 154. It has some kind of star quality to it, man. There's some guys that just feel like they're ready to pop. If you look at Xander Zayas, his whole look to him, that's got Puerto Rico behind him, everything just feels like there's some massive star power waiting to pop there. He was there at the Bad Bunny Super Bowl. You got Boots. We know is a guy that's like just a great highlight reel guy. If you put him on, I think anyone that watches him, their eyes are gonna pop, be like what this guy's capable of. Virgil, when he's in the ring, like I always said, I think he's like Mike Tyson. I think he's aggression with athleticism. He's got all that. Fedora, he's 7 foot tall, giant, long, lengthy. Looks stunning when you see him match up in the ring with Thurman. There is some star quality here. The guys get these guys in the ring. I think you're gonna get something special here. Something special is brewing here.
Yeah, something special could be brewing.
Yes,
but I must warn you, Gervonta Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia,
I know.
Devin Haney, the new four kings of lightweight. Only Ryan Garcia has fought 2 of them, and according to him, July 25th,
he might be fighting 3.
He'll be fighting the last of the 4 kings. So we didn't get the round robin that we thought we were gonna get.
Yeah,
so I do caution you to think that, because if Fedora and Virgil don't fight each other in their very next fight, I'm gonna think they're both moving funny, and we might not end up getting the matchups that we want at 154.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We're getting one. Zayas Boots. We're getting one. That's a great one. And that gets the ball rolling. Virgil, get your business straight. You know what I mean? Gotta get your business straight. I'm looking at a lot of guys in boxing right now. Gotta get your business straight. Don't be waiting for Turkey to bail you out. Don't be waiting Turkey to bail you out, because I'll tell you right now, the Turkey spending isn't what it once was in boxing. It's not what it once was. So you better take these fights while you can and build your name. If you want that money, then build your name and go earn that money. That's the way it's going to take. I am 100% with that. Now let's get to.
Hold on, Ezra. Before we move on, I do want to bring in one guest to the show, host of the Sunday Morning Sermon, host of the RNS podcast, pun intended, boots on the ground in Philly. TY, how you doing today?
I've been so patient because I'm so tired of y'all with your propaganda. I really can't wait, because after June, this Fandora and Thurman, these old guys that y'all holding on to. Listen, it's crazy. Y'all love the new Puerto Rican. What about the new guy from Philadelphia, the fighting proud of Philadelphia? Fucking 1.2 million. Hold on. Who make more champions than us? And when my man beat this guy, bro, he's gonna beat this. He's a star, and he's gonna be a star and stay over there. It's 470 for a reason. It's 470 for a reason. It ain't that close of a fight. It ain't. Y'all never listen to me. I told y'all Shakur was gonna cook Teofimo. Y'all never listen to me when I tell y'all. He talking about 4 kings. The king is Shakur Stevenson. That's the king, not them other guys. They ain't no kings. They losers. And I told y'all, and I'm gonna say one more time, and I'm getting off this. I told y'all Bub was gonna be the last man standing, Shakur gonna be the last man standing, and Boots gonna be the last man standing. Virgil, y'all was loving Virgil. He don't want to fight. Fandora, he can cut belts. He don't want to fight. Shout out to Xander Zayas, though, the young kid that y'all was talking bad about space years ago that took the challenge.
Well,
He
TY,
took the
can I just
challenge.
offer one thing on the Shakur point? He's the last one standing at 135 because he's the last one in the division. He's the only one not moving up.
No. What I mean by this king shit, he's gonna be the king because one guy gonna be a streamer, one guy might be in jail, one guy is a racist. He might not be. He might be somewhere else too. He's gonna be the last man standing and the best fighter in boxing again. And y'all talking about these guys that sell low tickets, a guy that say a racist. It's 2 racists, Teofimo and the other guy. And when Shakur, you know what's crazy? Y'all don't like Shakur because Shakur a little weird. I get here a little weird, but guess what he say though? I play PlayStation and be on Twitter. Y'all don't like that guy.
Nobody said we don't like that guy. Where do you get this information?
But the guy that beat up women, the guy that's a racist. Y'all love to talk about this Teofimo guy. Get behind Shakur. Listen to Ty for once.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Ennis.
Shakur because he beat up women too.
I mean, yeah, true.
Now, Ty, can I say something?
Yes, my brother.
If Boots beats Xander Zayas on June 27th,
You mean when he beats Xander Zayas? When?
listen, all right, you say what I say. If he beats him, I will not be staying on that side. I will be leaving with the winner. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's what I do.
I know
leave with the winner.
I know you picked
all about
Stanionis.
storyline.
You picked Stanionis. I remember.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm all about the storyline. Okay, so
Hey.
if Boots wins, I'm rocking with Boots, the next great American.
No,
the
you're
next
not.
big American star.
No, you're not. Stay over there.
No, you're not. Look at this gatekeeper over here. No, you're
No, you're not. No, you're not. Go to Puerto Rico. Go with Bad Bunny. We got Meek Mill, nigga. We bringing our core, Meek Mill. Won't, you know what I mean? We bringing out Jasmine Sullivan, Jill Scott. We won't need no Bad Bunny.
Okay, all right.
Listen,
Well,
I'm gonna say one more. I'm gonna say one thing. Leave y'all platform. I love y'all platform. I'm gonna say one more thing before I leave. I got to take some business. It might look worse than Trinidad Hopkins. It's gonna be a great night. Oh, they're gonna cry
goodness.
again.
Get out of
Gonna
here.
cry again. They gonna cry again.
It's going
We're gonna take down their hero. They gonna cry again.
It's going 12.
No, it's not. He gets stopped.
I will say this though: if Xander Zayas beats Boots, Puerto Rico finally has their new Tito Trinidad. Because they've been looking for the next great Puerto. Like Miguel Cotto, respect to him, he was never on that level of a star. But
No, you love Pablo. He won popular. He was a great fighter. One more thing too, y'all keep talking about Xander footwork, right? But you forget this one too. My man Ezra pointed out. Jerron Ennis has a great chin. That kid can't punch like that. He might get walked down. I can't wait. He might get walked down because he can't punch. And my man got a great chin. Shout out to my man Ezra.
Here we go. But he can move and he can punch.
Okay, you can move, but if you can move, you can't.
Okay.
If you can
Ty,
move,
you only got to win 7 rounds.
hold on. My guy Mike. Can't Paulie Montanelli move, right? Corey Spinks can move, but you can't punch. I'm walking you down.
all right, We'll see.
Right.
Hey, listen.
See.
The good thing about this fight is it's not that far away, Ty.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to seeing you in New York, brother.
Hold on. And one more thing, too. It's going to be great, right? Because after this fight, right, Ezra, we're going to have another American in the top 5 with Bam and Shakur.
Yeah.
Yo,
Another young guy.
this guy Ty's like Columbo. Everything is just one more thing. One more
Yeah,
thing.
no,
One more thing.
let's, because you want to talk about Keith Thurman. Nobody want to talk
Well,
about that. That's 8 years ago. You want to talk about Keith Thurman.
Ty, just to make sure we don't sound like Trump and Jake Paul.
Oh, my God.
Whoever wins this fight, we're gonna have an American in the top 5. I just want to make
Okay,
sure
no
that's
doubt. No.
clear.
Oh, hold on.
Make sure
Xander,
that's clear.
hold on. You think Xander top 5 he win? S?
Huh?
Xander top 5
Yeah.
he win?
No,
Look
I'm
at his
saying
resume.
whoever wins will have a top 5, another top 5 in the American in the top 5. That's all I'm saying.
I respect that. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all both later on.
All
Hey,
right.
you know, it's funny.
Thanks for joining the show.
I
Ty.
We already
freaking picked Boots. I don't know why Ty's upset. I'm like,
We
dude.
we already have
I
3
didn't.
Americans in the top 5.
Then we'll have 4.
But I don't know, because one might bump the other out.
What?
All I know
Shakur,
is
Bam. Who's the third one that you got?
you could either put Devin Haney or David Benavidez.
I know. I was asking which one. Who do you have on your list in the top 5? What are the 3?
I don't remember. I know it's one of them.
Come on, you got to know your pound for pound by heart.
I don't
All right,
remember.
but we're talking about fights getting made. Well, actually, one more question. If
No,
Zayas
stay
wins,
focused on your square, brother.
if
It's like
Zayas,
12 o'clock.
what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. If Zayas wins, okay, I feel like the Fedor fight's very, very possible. For some reason, if I feel like Boots wins, I feel like that Fedor matchup is less possible. Do you agree with that, or what are your stance on that?
I don't agree.
Okay, all right. Now,
Ezra, I agree with you on that. I think that Zayas and his team are more willing to make fights with different platforms, and that they may feel aren't as easy of fights. Where Eddie Hearn hasn't shown the willingness to go out of his way to make those fights for Boots.
yeah, I'm curious, but we'll see. Like I said, the one thing I want to say though is we wondered with Eddie Hearn, was he going to be more positive for Boots' career? I think he's been positive for Boots' career. I think you got to say it. You know what I mean? He's gotten the fights that he's needed to get. So we'll see it going forward on that. What happens there?
Before we move on from this topic, we do have another guest joining the show, host of the longest running
Christ.
No. This is a former Bellini Award winner, host of the longest running boxing show on YouTube. J.R. Bell, Jay Beasy, how you doing?
Yo, what's going on, man?
First of all, address Matt's reaction to you joining the show.
Listen, that's just pure disrespect from this
It was.
man, but absolute disrespect. I don't understand why he's like, blasting his guests coming on the show like this, man.
Makes no sense.
A man who he's introduced in the past as a man who he's introduced to the past as his mentor.
Yeah, like come on, man. Hey, man. Listen.
Hey, you know what's funny? As my mentor, he should know when it's time to move on from a topic. We got a show to do. Everything is one more thing, bro.
See,
is this what's on the rundown?
That's the difference. That's
We
the
don't got a
difference.
rundown, man. We're winging it.
Yeah, but that's the difference between me and Matt. When I find oil, I keep pumping it. You know what I mean? I don't stop.
Pause.
So it's empty.
Wait.
Jay Beasy, what do you got to say here? Wilder or on the Wilder topic or the Boots comeback? You either one.
Well, first with the Wilder Chisora fight, I have it as a 50-50 fight, but as it was posted on the chat, it just depends on which Wilder shows up. We don't know if it's the Wilder that took out Robert Helenius in the first round at the Barclays Center, or if it's the Wilder that showed up against Joseph Parker or Zhilei Zhang. The fight against Tyrell Herndon, I didn't really see much from that fight, and I just got to see how he does against the fighter in Derek Chisora. While he, claims that he has one foot out the door, we all know what Derek Chisora is in the ring. He has one style and just sticks with that style. So it mainly depends on Deontay Wilder and how he approaches this fight, especially early. So that's what I'm looking for in those first few rounds.
And any Boots Zayas.
A number of people are excited about this fight. Looking forward to it, June 27th, Barclays Center. My thing is, I know a number of people have brought up the thing with Boots and Chikazian, but the fact of the matter is, there's 2 fights, 24 total rounds, and Boots basically won 22 of those 24 rounds. So It's not necessarily like, a Floyd Mayweather, when he had his, struggles earlier in his career where a number of people felt like he lost one of those fights. But here against Xander Zayas, I want to see how Zayas approaches his bout, particularly where I feel like Zayas is coming down from a pretty significant weight to make 154. And as pointed earlier with Boots, he doesn't necessarily have to worry about that 10-pound, rehydration clause here. So that gives him a little bit more leeway. I think he's gonna, be more comfortable in the ring, and he knows that, with it being a big fight, that he's gonna perform at an optimal level in this set. But I'll give credit to Zayas, but I think it's gonna be a late stoppage for Boots Ennis.
Now, okay, so now we're moving on to the next topic. I know Matt wants to move on to the next topic. I want to talk about, and I think JBZ, you're a perfect guy to have here for this. We got Devin Haney. Lord Devin Haney. You know what? And I think Ty might call back. I got to be honest with you. I think Ty might call back. He might be pissed. But Lord Devin Haney puts a tweet out there, and he talks about, they're talking about $6 million in costs. And after that, whatever the profit is after that, that's what we'll split for our splits, right, for this pay. And I see, like I was talking about earlier, a lot of these guys are waiting for Turkey to pay above market value. They're waiting for Turkey, come on, let's do something here. Let's make this better. And when these guys are finding out the actual value, the market correction is happening, they're not liking it. But here's the thing, though. When you get to a certain point, you want to be a star, everyone makes money on what they sell. Everyone makes money. You kill what you eat. That's the guarantee. That's what it is. And you know what's funny? That in that $6 million that he's talking about, do you know what's in there? His guarantee. That's in the $6 million that he's talking about. He's talking like if the $6 million is just going to PBC, it's just going to the event. This in the $6 million is his guarantee, and then they got to get their. Of course, any business is going to get their money back. Matt, what do you think about this tweet? What do you think about this fight? Is it going to happen? What do you think about Devin Haney's opinion on the matter? Did I lose him?
Yeah, I think you lost him.
All right, JB.
Matt just came off mute. I believe. Oh. No, still not talking.
JBZ,
I'll tell you what I think, Ezra. I still think the fight's going to happen. I listened to the Bill Haney interview, and he made it clear, like, that's not working for us right now, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out. I think, Rolly might give a little leeway where he's like, all right, how about we make it 60-40, 65-35, something like that. I think that's the only issue is the splits. I really do. They're putting on the show. He understands that. He understands they got to recoup something. I think he's a little traumatized, too, from the Golden Boy deal when they told him the word profits. Right?
Yeah, because he thought that they were going to make a killing in that fight.
Yeah,
and
right.
Didn't make a killing.
And it's supposed to be gross. And they made it clear that they made a huge mistake from those two words. From saying profits and gross, and so I bet there's still a little bit of PTSD from the last time he did that deal, but I still think it happens.
I just the one thing is like he just I think it's definitely the Ryan Garcia thing. They thought they were going to sell huge on that fight. They thought they were going to make a killing on that fight, and it didn't do what they thought it was going to do. And I think they were surprised on that. I think that they also they were thinking of what Ryan and Tank did, and they thought that they were going to do similar numbers in that. And like Eddie Hearn said, that everyone, De La Hoya and them were saying like it wasn't going to do that. It was never going to do that. We thought it would maybe do better, but it underperformed. JBZ, what you think about this fight and what Haney had to say?
I think it's like an overall interesting situation here. I thought, this is supposed to be Devin Miles Haney, aka Debo Haney, right?
Yep.
But when, this, I guess proposal came up and he publicly like tried to slam the deal, I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you were supposed to be the guy that's a draw and that, is supposed to be, regardless of who he fights, that, people should show up. Why are you talking about Rolly Romero and what he potentially could do?
Mm-hmm,
you're the guy, you're the star, you're the one that generally asks for a certain amount of money for your fights, right? And what didn't necessarily help him out was that, Mr. Edward J. Hearn, went on an interview and told, folks that, hey, wait a minute, you're Devin Haney, you have Devin Haney Promotions, so if you want to put up an event and have a fight, like you should be able to put your company up and say, hey, we could put the money up we'll book a venue, we'll set a date, we'll have a fight, and then we'll be able to recoup. But the thing with PBC is they basically operate like that. That's why you've seen like those, man down promotions or the thing there with the Charlos or a number of the other fighters that have been on PBT events, because they're like saying, hey, you could put up, a portion of the money to handle the, the upfront costs, and that way you get more on the back end.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess for Devin Haney, he doesn't realize that's how things work, to where at least you'll be able to get more money on the back end, but it actually puts more responsibility on you to, make sure the fight is, successful from a pay-per-view perspective and from a ticket selling perspective. And I don't think, they have been used to that. So hopefully the fight does, get made, but they just gotta, learn that that's how things work sometimes.
Well, you also have to think about this too. Is like you got to think of Devin Haney's career to this point. I've always said, he's had one of the more fortunate careers of things lining up for him. That he got paid big in the Kambosos fight, right? They were taking that fight to Australia. That's why he agreed to the fight and the rematch. He was benefited from Turkey being in boxing and paying for fights. He benefited from DAZN overpaying to have a guy that's trying to build U.S. stars. And now I think that he's at the point. A lot of the fighters are at this point. That's what you're seeing from Virgil. You're seeing from Haney. They're saying, hey, you're only going to make what you can make. Okay, you're not going to make anything more than what you can literally make. We're not taking a loss like Turkey. We're not taking a lot. I don't think DAZN's even in the business to take a loss anymore. DAZN's saying, hey, if this fight's worth it, we'll pay for it. If not, then we're not overpaying anymore. And I think Devin Haney's kind of in shock about there's no overpayment coming anymore.
Well,
right?
I think what Devin Haney needs to understand is you have to decide whether or not you're really a promoter or just a fighter. Because PBC, you want PBC to guarantee your money like you're a fighter, but then you want to split 50% of the profits with PBC right away as if you're also the promoter.
Yep.
It doesn't work like that. If you want to be the fighter, PBC is more than happy to cover your guarantee, and then once it hits a certain threshold of pay-per-view, then you and Rolly could share into the profits. But they got to recoup their money first.
Of course.
But if you're going to be the promoter, you have to cover your own. You have to cover your own guarantee. That's just the way it has to go. And I think what really happened is Devin Haney was not expecting Rolly Romero to move heaven and earth to make this fight happen. I think that he thought it was just like plain old Twitter talk, and we're gonna talk shit on Twitter. Fans will say some shit. Nobody really likes Rolly like that. People don't respect Rolly like that, so they're gonna say, "Oh, Rolly's ducking and blah 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 blah." They wasn't expecting a deal to be on their desk within 24 hours. They wasn't expecting that. So then they were going back and forth, and all of a sudden, hey, the deal's good according to Devin and Bill. But when it comes time to sign, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by, a whole month goes by, still no signature, but they're looking for a way out. They're looking for a way out.
Let me.
But here's another thing, and I give Rolly credit for this. Rolly stayed on his neck and kept harassing him every week. When you're going to sign the contract, big boy?
Yeah, sign the contract, big boy.
Yeah.
Sign the contract.
So finally, Devin Haney was like, hey, listen, the deal doesn't work and all this. So what he did, and I not only did Devin Haney like mess up the fight, he might have burned the bridge with PBC, because now he's making it seem like in his PR campaign, it's almost as if he's trying to blame them when originally you said the deal was good. So what's all this stuff now about the deal's not good, the deal is this, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that? You're kind of doing bad business now.
Man.
You went from ducking a fight now to also doing bad business to an entity that you don't have a great history with, but they were willing to bring you in the fold if you wanted to come into the fold.
Yeah.
So one other thing too is like some things, okay, maybe it's not the money he wants, right? But what's the value of putting a fight in the US with PBC, who's to me the best U.S. promoter, as building a fight. What is the value of that? If you beat Rolly Romero in front of a bigger audience, with you getting pushed by PBC, at the end of that, what's your name value there, right? Because you might go into the next fight even more money than what you can go into now, right? So there's value in that. I don't think he sees that. I don't think they see the whole vision of it.
I think it's short-sighted.
Yeah.
Or, and I hate to say this because I know everyone hates Rolly, maybe he doesn't think he beats Rolly. I don't know.
Can't eliminate it. Can't eliminate that option.
All right, I'm gonna go with the first one, Matt. I'm gonna go with the first one.
I know a number of people would go with the first one, but it just still bothers me that you say that you have this reputation of being this guy that'll roll up on basically anybody and fight anybody, but then when a offer or something like this comes up for you and everything looks right, and then you're like saying, oh, on second thought, you know what? I'm not necessarily liking this. That is not a good look. I mean, even with the whole business part, but from a PR standpoint, like if you're that confident as Matt was saying, if you're that confident that you could beat Rolly Romero, you should be able to make things happen. You should be able to make things shake. If it doesn't work,
to me, this is
offer
supposed to be
an
easy money.
alternative.
This is supposed to be this is supposed to be a bank robbery.
Yeah.
Now there's a funny outcome that could happen here, right? What was Rolly Romero's original plan, to start this year?
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Now Manny Pacquiao left that fight to fight Floyd Mayweather. Well, that fight looks as shaky as ever now, right? Of that fight happening. Is there a chance we spin the block and they revisit Manny Pacquiao versus Rolly Romero? Is there a chance that Rolly's
old guys?
Hey, I'm just saying, does it happen that Manny doesn't have anyone to fight? Rolly don't have anyone to fight, and we end up getting that fight anyways?
Enough for these old guys.
I'm surprised you're saying that, Matt. I am stunned you're saying that.
No, because I want the Devin Haney fight.
I want it too, but it don't look like Devin Haney wants it. I mean, that's just honest truth. It don't look like he wants it.
I hate to say that because, Devin Haney did a lot to rebuild his reputation.
He did.
Brian Norman.
I just want to remember, Bill made it clear that
there's
still a chance that they make the fight.
I don't think Devin doesn't want to fight.
He made it clear. He made it clear. It's like right now this deal's not working for us, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen.
Go ahead, Huey.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just to echo what Mike was just saying, I don't think that doesn't mean this fight's not going to happen. I think that Devin it's more of what Matt said. He wants to have the best of both worlds. He wants to be a no-show executive producer movie star on a role on a film. He wants to be paid as the star, but also get paid as the guy putting on the event. And PBC's not playing ball with him the way guys like Turkey and Matchroom did.
Yeah.
Hey Matt, what was the thing that Devin Haney said at the end of the fight with Brian Norman?
He said, 2024, I've lost it all. 2025, I got it back. 2026, I'm taking everything.
Well, in order for him to take everything, he would have to see Rolly Romero. So, he needs to, work that out, or else that saying ain't really holding much weight right now.
I gotta caution boxing fans. Don't use your lack of respect for Rolly Romero to defend this bullshit by Devin Haney. I understand everyone thinks Rolly's not that good. Devin beats him easy. Rolly sucks. I get it. I get it all. But right is right. Wrong is wrong. Rolly is right in this situation.
Question from the listeners. Sibby Boxing says, is Pac still fighting Ruslan?
Oh, yeah. What happened with that? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what happened with that fight. I have no idea. I'm definitely not in the business of paying attention to what exhibitions are happening and not happening. I'll tell you that, Sibby. But, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that.
No clue and don't care.
All right, EzRaw, what do we got next?
Next thing I wanted to cover, since we're talking about him, Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. We got a mess here. We got something. I don't know what's happening. They're talking about, Floyd already signed the contract. It's a legit fight. Floyd saying, hey, it's an exhibition. people are putting out stories that he took an advancement. I don't know what's true, what's not. I don't know if I should care what's true or what's not. But I do somehow think this is going to affect somehow the legit boxing that's happening. Matt, are you disappointed if we don't get this fight? Are you? What's the end result of this whole conundrum we have?
I'm not happy if we don't get this as a pro fight.
Okay, that's very important.
From what's been reported, Netflix already gave Floyd an advance. He already took the advance. It's supposed to be a pro fight. This is probably going to end up in court.
Do you don't think there's a way that Floyd's just forced to just go through with this?
You can't force somebody to step into the ring.
No, I know that, but do you think he just like screw it and avoid all this hassle? It just is what it is.
You can't force somebody to step into the ring.
Now, do you think when he signed the contract, he knew it was a real fight, or do you think he got cold feet, or he was just unaware that he thought it was exhibition?
I don't know what Floyd's aware of. I don't know if he reads his contracts. I really don't know. What I do know is that since he left Al Heyman, he has done some very bad business and has ended up in multiple lawsuits.
It has been chaos since leaving Al Heyman. It has been chaos. But Al Heyman's to blame for everything, apparently. You know what I mean? Al Heyman has caused all this, I guess, the bad decisions. But what, JBZ, do we see this fight? Does it happen?
Not sure if we, see this fight or whatever it is. One thing I'm curious about was, I think Floyd was dealing with some type of company that was like I was unfamiliar with, and I already forgotten the name of that company. It was supposed to be like some type of other promotional thing, and I don't know if it was like brought up for the fight that exhibition that was supposed to happen with Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson. I think that's what it was, like Fight Sports or something like that. And then all of a sudden, yeah, that one. And then like, of course, that fell through. And then now it's like you have this coming up. I'm not sure what's going on with Floyd Mayweather. I know that he had been doing, some work in the gym, over at his gym. But outside of that, as far as like actually preparing for a fight of any magnitude, I'm not sure if that's going to happen here. At least right now, I would have to wait like a couple of months to, make a definitive assessment of that.
The real question is, does Floyd Mayweather know what's going on with Floyd Mayweather?
He might not.
Something tells me he doesn't.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, things are not going well with this Showtime lawsuit. By the way,
I haven't heard much about it. Yeah. Now, JBZ, is it good or bad for boxing if this fight doesn't happen?
It might be bad. Well, some would say it's irrelevant for boxing.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, if it was bad for boxing, then that would have meant that once this announcement was initially made, that a lot of people would have had interest for it right off the bat. And I guess it's looking like right now that the interest that they're looking for isn't showing up. So I think that's partially what it is at this point.
It's horrible for boxing if it doesn't happen.
Why is it horrible for boxing, Matt? Because in my opinion, I'm one of those people where, I said it. I didn't. Is it relevant? Like, I think it's irrelevant to boxing if this fight doesn't happen. Why is it bad?
Because you're screwing over Netflix.
Okay. That's a valid argument because Netflix may not want to continue to commit.
Want to leave a bad taste in Netflix mouth.
No. That's a very good point. Is you're putting another network in a situation where they feel boxing is unreliable and won't want to invest in its future. That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah, the problem. That's the problem, though, right? Is that boxing? Netflix is dealing with multiple entities, right? It's never consistent as far as like, we deal with this promotion, right? So the thing that's always going to be the issue with boxing is going to be, well, this side does business like this and this side does business like this. It's never going to be consistent. I'll tell you one thing though that's been positive with Netflix is Jake Paul. What it is when you think about him, but when he has a fight, he's going to go through with it.
Well, not just Jake Paul. I think Anthony Joshua saved boxing on Netflix.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just saying though that Jake Paul's willing to step in with him. When he got lost Tank, he willing to step in with Joshua to make sure that fight was still a big, massive event, and that is the way it planned out. I don't know that I think Netflix will, if they lose this one, they'll look at something else. I don't think they'll get out of the boxing business. They're definitely, it looks like they're committing to fights, live fights. They realize that if they get the right names in the right event, that it could do some good numbers. So it looks like they're going to stay in it. I hope that just goes more in a legit way than more nonsense fight like this. But like, we have Tyson Fury coming up, going to be fighting on there. To me, like, that's a fight I hope does numbers. That's a fight I hope is entertaining, because that's like legit boxing, and hopefully that's more the direction they're going to go to. So that's just what it is right there with that.
No. I think you kind of misunderstand why Tyson Fury got this spot. Tyson Fury has a show on Netflix.
Yes, I see that.
That supposedly does really well.
Yep.
So I think this fight, if it doesn't do well, it might kind of sour Netflix even more, because essentially that show has served as the shoulder programming for this fight, because they did the whole thing on Fury's life at home and all this stuff. So for me, it's not about whether or not this particular fight is like a banger, but if it does well, that might lead to, listen what I'm saying.
Did I say something different?
Listen to what I'm saying. If this fight does well, that could lead to more non-boxing content with boxers on Netflix, because maybe they think that they can build stuff through their storytelling. I don't think it's going to be about the fight or the event itself. It's about, can we translate these shows that we do into an event with this same fighter if we go that route?
Build it. It's like shoulder programming, but just have it, accompany a fight.
Has anybody watched that Fury show on Netflix at all?
No, didn't even know it was there.
Oh.
I knew it was there, but I never seen it. But like I said, yeah, that's why I hope it does good numbers, because that would be whether or not whatever the thing. I just hope they go more towards legit boxing. I've seen them willing to do women's cards that were legit boxing. This is another fight that's legit boxing, so hopefully it goes more in that direction. We also move on to the next thing I want to talk about. We have the debut card of Top Rank. Now it's main event. We have Nair Albright versus Keyshawn in a rematch. Now we know Keyshawn got the victory in the first one, but that was later turned over to a no decision or no contest because of Keyshawn testing for a banned substance. Matt, you think this is a good debut for Top Rank? What do you feel about this fight?
Underwhelming.
Okay. Is it because it's a debut that it's underwhelming?
I'll tell you why it's underwhelming.
Okay.
It's underwhelming because for the copious amounts of shit that Keyshawn Davis has been talking over the last couple months, you would have thought he would have hit us with a bigger fight.
Okay.
Now I do understand the storyline behind the fight. Hey, we allegedly jumped Nair Albright after he beat my big brother, so now I'm coming to clean up my big brother's business. But it's kind of backwards if you think about it. When it was the Klitschko's, little brother got beat up, and then big brother came in to clean up.
Okay.
So right now, big brother got beat up, and little brother is coming to clean up. It's a little weird, I would have preferred to see Keyshawn against, a Richardson Hitchens, somebody of that ilk. But it is what it is. I hope it's successful. I'll tell you this. I wouldn't want to be in the building for that fight.
Why not? Why not?
Hey. All I'm going to say is I hope the National Guard is on deck for whatever goes on in that building that night.
I think that's the right there. That's what sells the fight, my friend. I think that's what sells the fight. You want to see how heated this could get. Hey, Nair Albright's coming off a very good performance against Frank Martin. Came into a draw. I like the fight. I don't love that's their debut. I thought they would go bigger, but I think maybe they see also like the Zayas boot announcement as like this is showing what we could do here on this network. So maybe that they use that, but I don't love that fight. I don't love it as their debut. I just think that's a good fight. I don't mind it. I think that you're right though. Give Keyshawn if he wins this fight or after he wins this fight, he needs bigger names. He needs if you're gonna talk the way you're talking about going to 147 and fighting the guys, then you better go get those guys. Okay, because people get tired of all the talk. Go fight those guys. I think he's a very good fighter. I think he's an excellent fighter, but he needs to get the guys in the ring. And I just don't see the excuses anymore. JBZ, what you think?
Hey, so yeah, I'm kind of underwhelmed at this as well. Given like Matt said, all the stuff that Keyshawn was talking about, going off the momentum of stopping Jermaine Ortiz on January 31st. Of course, yeah, you did have Nahir Albright have his performance against Frank Martin, but I would think that they would have somebody that's at least higher rated in the 140-pound division for Keyshawn, given that he is like rated number 1 in the WBO, if I'm not mistaken. But with that being said, I think this is, part of what, Top Rank is doing. Because, like, I had heard a rumor that another part of the deal that Top Rank had with DAZN was that Xander had to basically be involved in that fight with Boots. But that's like, I guess one thing I had overheard. But
that would be illegal, by the way.
Yeah, it would be though. So this thing here, I guess it's something to, have Keyshawn back in Norfolk. You're likely going to have, his brothers on the card. I know that they were supposed to have a fight card actually, this weekend, but it ended up getting canceled. That was supposed to be over at Old Dominion. So I'd like to see how this fight card turns out. He said the National Guard had to be there in attendance. I don't know about all that, but it would be interesting to see how the people in Norfolk receive this fight card, given what happened last year. So,
Mike, you there? What do you think of this fight? This is my fault.
Let's go to Dan, the boxing man.
I wanted to bring up. I was gonna bring up Dan's comment and see if you guys wanted to address it. Peter Dobbs versus Kelvin Davis is on the undercard. Do you think Kelvin wins? And if Kelvin loses, will Keyshawn attack Peter after the fights?
It's a good gimmick. It's a good gimmick.
Oh man. Oh, what happened to who was Kelvin supposed to fight on April 4th before they said they had a replacement?
Ivan Redcatch.
Yeah, Ivan Redcatch. Yeah. What? I guess what happened with all of that? Because even Ivan Redcatch wasn't even suggested as an opponent for this makeup date.
Maybe he flaked a low blow in camp.
Yeah, Ivan Redcatch should not be on a TV screen in the year 2020. I will say
they said allegedly he couldn't get medically cleared.
I will say this. Look, the reason why Mike didn't talk is Mike is the kind of, when you're playing the NBA, right, and you got to get a guy shots, or he will just disappear. He'll give up on the game. That's what Mike is. I didn't give him enough passes. That's on me. That's on me as a point guard. I got to get Mike some alley-oops. I got to get him open in the corner and get some shots in so he stays in the game. That's on me.
I mean, you are the showrunner today. You are executive producer of Brunch Boxing today.
I just took blame. I hope, and you know what? Since I'm executive producer.
We got Mike back.
Mike, are you back?
I'm back.
Mike, Keyshawn versus Albright. Give me your thoughts.
I have zero thoughts on that. Let's move forward.
Keyshawn versus Albright. It's an underwhelming matchup for what we're seeing. It's great that we're going to see the brothers on the card. It's unfortunate the April 4th one got postponed. Hopefully, bigger, better fights after this. But yeah, I mean, no one wants to see him rematch this fight. It was a no contest the first time because of weed. He beat him. We don't need to see it again.
Wow,
and I want to say, this is not a reflection of Nahir Albright, who I think is a very good fighter.
Yeah,
and has kind of shown his worth.
No,
it's just
I expect more from
all the
Keyshawn.
shit Keyshawn was talking. You would have thought he was fighting Usyk next.
That's
right.
funny.
I mean, the level of exposure that he has had over the past few months, on his channel, the YouTube thing, and then all this stuff with the kick or whatever it is, and streaming every day, basically. That and talking about potentially fighting world champions or whatever it is. But now, all of that stuff kind of, fell apart. Now it's like, okay, I gotta go back to Norfolk and, fight a guy that I've basically beat. So
You guys are a lot more down on this fight than I am. I have to say that. Like I said, I'm more down because that's their debut, but I don't mind the fight. I think Albright's a good fighter. I thought that was a tough fight for Keyshawn, even the first time around. I thought it was still a good fight. Now we have a storyline to it. I like that these fights can come back around. A lot of times the guys like this, they'll never get another shot again. I'm glad Albright's getting another shot. Maybe he loses worse. We'll see, but I don't mind it. I think you guys are more negative on this than I am. Let's get to Huey. We got Matt here. Let's get to the truth, right? We know what today is. We know what Matt's feeling. Matt's got excitement. He's got nervousness. Matt, I know Matt. Okay, he's twisting and turning right now thinking about this fight. Let's get to the breakdown. Let's get to the bets, and let's get to our picks. We got tonight Deontay Wilder versus Chisora. The breakthrough. I'm just real quick. What do I grade the card? A+. I love this fight. I don't give a damn what's on the undercard. I love this fight. This is a great fight. I think I've said this is a tight fight, 50-50 matchup. Now, what do I think it's going to look like? Listen, the one thing about Deontay Wilder, he's relying on the home run. He's relying on it, but does he have it still? I know people say last thing that goes your power, but timing goes. Your power needs timing. It needs to be set up. You need to be your feet set to do it. Does Deontay Wilder still have that? And with Chisora, a guy that comes forward, and he has like little hitches to his game, right? Like little delays. He'll move his body, and then the punch will come like a second later, and he'll get you to move and be out of position. The one thing is Wilder going to have the reflexes? Is he going to see these shots? Is he going to get smothered? Is he going to get tired with the guy coming pressure all day? And when he lands, is he going to have his full force into it? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that Chisora is going to apply pressure. I think that as the fight moves on, Wilder will look more and more tired, and the shots will not be there for him. He will not be able to find it. I think his best shot is early in this fight. His best shot is landing something big, but I think that the shots will be there if he can find them. If he can stay with the stamina there, the shots will always be there from round 1 to 12. I don't think Chisora is going to run in this fight. We know what Chisora does. We know what Wilder does, and I think it leads to an entertaining fight. Even if it's one-sided, I think it leads to an entertaining fight, and it might be one side until it's not, right? And then it might be a knockout. So you have edge of your seat type stuff. I love this matchup. Matt, you give me a breakdown. What is this going to look like?
Am I on camera, Huey?
Put him on camera.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me bring you on stage. People aren't in the right squares, but Matt, you're on camera.
Wait, don't ask if you're on camera. Okay.
Hold on. I need to.
Single camera him, Huey. As a director, as a producer, single camera him.
I need to put my glasses on for this one.
I feel like the guy in the Truman Show. That's what I feel like right now. Single camera. I'm
gonna give you guys a real breakdown.
Nah, he's sorry talking.
Okay. Deontay LaShawn Wilder comes back for his 50th fight. Derek Chisora, that's his middle name to me now, comes back for his 50th and alleged final fight. I was able to interview both guys when they came to New York a couple months ago. And I'm going to be honest, the sense I'm getting from this fight is Chisora he shouldn't be in the ring. He shouldn't be in the ring. I think he's a lot more damaged than he's letting on.
Wow.
I've seen the man walk. He walked like me, like a penguin.
Okay.
I've heard him talk.
Okay.
He talked like EzRaw with a drooling slur.
That's just my southern twang.
Okay. I don't think he should be in the ring. I respect him for taking his fight. Him and Deontay they're cool. I wouldn't say that they're friends, but they're very cordial with each other. I think he's doing Wilder a solid while making a bag on his way out the sport. But I'd be surprised if this fight goes more than 3 rounds.
Oh, wow. Wow. Now,
I went up to Deontay Wilder. I looked him in his eye. I looked into his soul. I shook that man's hand. And I said, "You're ready. Go be great, my son." Okay? And he's ready to do great things tonight. So what you're going to see is, you're going to see Deontay Wilder basically come out with the jabbing, And you're gonna see Derek Chisora with his nice haymakers that he likes, because he loves to throw a haymaker and then fall in and smother. But the last time a guy tried to throw a haymaker at Deontay Wilder and fall in and smother was in October at the Barclays Center against Robert Helenius. And you know how that ended? With a punch that sounded like a shotgun went off in the arena that nobody saw, but Helenius was looking up at the lights. I think that's what we're going to get here. I think Wilder is going to blast him out with a counter shot of all counter shots. I don't think it's going to be the toe tap right hand. I think it's going to be a nice short counter shot as Chisora is trying to do his bully ball tactics. And I think Wilder is going to end up knocking him out early. It's going to be within the first 3 rounds.
Just Matt, just to give you a little numbers on that, under 3.5 is plus 480.
It's money on the floor.
I don't think Chisora is punch drunk. He might be punch buzzed though. You know what I mean? And that might be a good spot to be in. You know what I mean? But I will say this: of the recent performances, Chisora has been more impressive in his recent performances than Wilder has. Chisora to me has wins over tougher competition than Wilder has. To me, Chisora has looked more like himself than Wilder has in his performances. So
he's fought guys that can't punch. And
I mean, I don't know.
Hold on. In his last 3 performances that you're talking about, he fought Otto Wallin.
Okay, he can't punch. Joe Joyce can punch.
Joe Joyce cannot punch.
Oh, then we're watching 2 different things. But okay, go next.
We're watching. Yeah, Joe Joyce can't punch, and Gerald Washington, who probably shouldn't be nowhere near a boxing ring either.
What was before that? What was the fight before that?
Tyson Fury.
Okay.
Tyson Fury kicked his ass.
All right.
So those last 3 fights, Otto Wallin, Joe Joyce, who's been washed for a while, and Gerald Washington, who is a never was, who's been washed for a long time.
Now give me Deontay Wilder's last 3.
Doesn't matter. I mean, we could all say that Wilder's fought better competition.
Over a career? Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
No, in the last 3 also.
Okay, let me get it.
We know who he fought. He fought Zhang. He fought Parker. He fought Herndon.
Yeah, as I was saying, Herndon. Right. But in Zhang and Parker, did he look good in those fights?
I thought that he looked good in the Zhang fight until he didn't.
Okay.
You know, I've gone back and watched that fight. I don't think it was a massacre. You know, it is what it is. He got caught with a good shot. That happens in boxing.
Huey,
but
I think the
plan is there.
No, I got Matt's picks. Matt wasn't expected to be here. Matt sent his picks early. You're the only one that has to make picks. We'll give Matt's picks as you give yours, but I have Matt's official picks already.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's give me the names.
Hold on. I understand that Ezra doesn't really watch boxing like he claims he does.
Okay.
but we need to start picking some of these undercards too. I didn't want to ask you them because I wasn't sure if you wanted to do that. But we will definitely be doing that. When we were talking about it, just while we're here, do we want to talk about Vidal Riley versus Masternick or Bentley versus Saavedra?
We could talk either one. I mean,
by the way, this is an A+ card. By the way,
main event does it all for me. But I just say this about Riley: is his skill and ability could ever catch up to his fame of his name? Right. I don't know. We have yet to see that yet. This is a good chance to have that performance. So where it's like, hey, I'm legit. I'm here. We're gonna see that today. Bentley versus how do you say his name again?
Saavedra.
Listen, Bentley, I think is better than people realize. Like I said, he gave Janibek a tough fight. Janibek's a good fighter, and this guy gave a tough fight. He's gotten better. He's performed better. Now we know Saavedra is a tough guy. He had with a fight that Matt can never stop talking about. I keep hearing about it every damn time we do the show. But I think that he's very tough. But I think Bentley is more skilled, has more ability, and I think he's going to win that fight.
So you're taking Bentley by decision? Bentley
I'll
by
take
knockout?
Bentley by decision.
Are
What's
we
your
adding
confidence
this?
level?
Yeah, we could do these. We could do the 3.
All right, let me add a row here. All right, Bentley.
What's your confidence level, brother?
How about I make a pick, you make a pick, and then you go confidence, and then I'll go confidence.
No, because I don't want you to piggyback.
No,
off of me.
Ezra, you go first on this one because Matt technically went first on the other 4.
All right. I will go Bentley by decision, and my confidence is at a 3.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna go Saavedra by decision, and my confidence is a 3.
All
There's
right.
a 6-point swing.
6-point swing. 6-point swing. Could be 7.
All right. Did we want to do Vidal Riley versus Masternick?
Let's do it. Go ahead, Matt.
Matt, you go first.
Not fun when until the.
So here's the thing, right? Vidal Riley supposedly has all this talent, but we've never seen him do it at a high level.
Mm-mm.
You know, Masternick has almost 60 fights, but it's a bunch of who shot John.
There's a lot of
you know? So do we go with the experience, even though it wasn't great competition, or do we go with the young talent? I'm gonna go to the young talent.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Vidal Riley by decision, and I'm gonna put that at a 3.
Okay. I got the same thing, but I'm gonna go out of 5.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay.
Ezra, why are you so confident in Vidal Riley?
Here's the one thing that you got to realize: he makes money, and you got to realize this: they're gonna match him in a way that they feel is favorable to him. They are gonna know. They're gonna play it safe with him. Where they'll put him in fights that look tough, appear tough, but their promoters, their matchmakers know he could get out of this one. I'm gonna go with 5 here.
All right. And then do we have any thoughts on this card before we move on to the next picks? Do we have anything else we want to add? Matt, you weren't here for the first portion when we discussed this fight.
Nah, I'm just waiting.
All right.
I wasn't here for a reason.
TY, do you have anything to add on the Wilder Chisora fight?
I thought TY left.
Joined for no reason. All right. Next up, we have our picks for Tim Tszyu versus Dennis Nerja. Matt, Ezra, since you went first on the last one, you gave your pick. Wait. Did you ever give your Wilder pick, Ezra?
No, I'm waiting for that. That's what we're doing.
What's your Wilder pick?
I'm gonna pick Chisora by decision, and I'm gonna go 5.
Wow. And Matt has selected. Matt, you're here.
Wilder KO. I'm a 5.
You have
an update on the scores real quick? Where do we stand on the scores?
I don't have an update on the scores.
It should be an Excel sheet. It shouldn't be.
It is an Excel sheet.
Well, then they should total auto sum.
I haven't entered the formulas yet.
Goodness gracious. All right. I know I'm in the lead.
You might be by a few points after last week. I believe you are by a few points after last week. I've been keeping track in my head, and I think you were up 3 points after last week's swing.
You're not going to be asking for the scores next week.
All right, we got a lot of opposite choices on these first few fights. Next up, Tim Tszyu versus Dennis Nerja. Matt selected.
No. Let Ezra go, because my pick is already in. I can't change my pick.
Yeah, okay. Ezra, what is your pick?
So I play mystery. He knows what it is.
You're both playing mystery. He didn't know what you were going to pick when he sent me them.
I'll go Tim Tszyu stoppage, and I'll be out of 5.
You guys picked that identical.
Yep.
Bitch.
All right. Do we want to do Sam Goodwin versus Rodrigo Ruiz?
I'll leave it up to Matt.
I do, but
I don't even know who Rodrigo Ruiz is, but let's go for it.
He sounds like a Mexican like fable story of a monster. But
I'm going Sam Goodman by decision, and I'm at a 5 for that one.
I'll go Sam Goodman by decision, and I will be at a 3.
Okay.
All right. And then we have Caroline Dubois versus Terry Harper. Ezra, what are you picking?
Wait. Hold on. Go Sam Goodman by KO at a 3.
All right. Again, I have Matt's pick for the main event here. If we want to add any of the undercard fights, we absolutely can. But Caroline Dubois will start at the top of the card versus Terry Harper.
I will go Caroline Dubois by decision. I'm at a 5.
Again, identical. Also on the card, we have Ellie Scottney versus Mayeli Rosquero. Do we want to pick this fight?
Up to you, Matt.
Ali Scotty should win by decision. I'm a 5 on that one.
I will take Ali Scottney by decision, also at a 5.
All right. And then
I would have went first. You just put your answer out there. I would have went first.
All right, and then do we want to do the Chantel Cameron fight? I don't know. I'm not sure who she's fighting, but Matt, do you guys, Matt and EzRaw, do you guys want?
We're gonna have the same thing. Let's just skip it. We're gonna have the same thing.
All right. And then the last card of the day, we have Andres Cortez versus Edson Garcia. This is actually tomorrow.
Yeah. So was the MVP card, the women's card. It's tomorrow too, as well.
We don't talk about MVP.
We just made picks on it. Okay. Okay. Matt.
Yeah, but I didn't mention them.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
He already gave me the pick.
My pick is in.
All right. I will take Cortez. I'll take him by decision, and I'm at a 4.
Tell him my pick, Huey.
He picked Garcia by decision at a 1. You said 4, Ezra?
Yeah.
All right. So we gotta there's gonna be a shift in the standings today. We will have an update after next week. There's been a lot of similar picks throughout the past weeks, but this week, this is a good one. This might be the deciding week of the year.
It is. Last week, Matt foolishly chose Thurman. Foolishly.
This might
because
be
his heart. Matt's heart is what always gets him in trouble.
In life and in boxing, right?
So we have in matchups, separate matchups. We got Mexayo and Azad and Crazy A on the fight. Are we picking those fights?
Oh yeah. Wait, why not?
Go ahead.
All right, we are. So we got Mark Mexayo versus Faragal McQuarrie.
Ezra, you go first.
I'll take Mexayo by stoppage, and I will be at a 5.
I got the same thing.
All right, and then Matt, you go first here. Crazy A versus Eduardo Baez.
I'm gonna go with Eduardo Baez to pull off the upset. I'm gonna go with decision. I'll be at a 3 for that one.
I will go Crazy A by decision, and I'll be at a 1.
And for the uninitiated, Crazy A is Azad Hovhannisyan. You said you're at a 1?
Yeah.
And what did you? I'm sorry, I was typing. You said stoppage or decision?
The decision.
Okay, got it. All right, yeah, lots of differentiating picks here, lots of differentiating confidence levels. This is going to be a good, interesting week. We will have an update in the scorecards going into the second to begin the second quarter of the year here next week.
All right. So we did the breakdown and everything. I don't have quick hits. Matt, do you have anything you want to
No, but you guys haven't made the people any money.
Oh, that's right. This is right. Okay, this is I did one. It's on my phone. I can't see it right now. But I have Chisora money line. I have Riley money line, and I have Bentley money line. I believe that's like plus 204, I believe.
All right, it's not bad. Easy 3-leg parlay. Matt, you got anything for the people to make some money today?
I think it's gonna be a knockdown kind of day.
Okay.
I'm gonna say take 2 knockdowns in Wilder Chisora. Take 1 knockdown in Saavedra versus Bentley. 2-leg parlay. Make your money.
Okay, I want to add one more thing to this. So that was like my flyer, make some money thing. To me, what's the over/under on Wilder Chisora?
Give me a second. I'll tell you. I think it's 3. So when I was looking at the odds earlier, 3.5 had plus. Let's see. It looks like it's at 5.5 or 6.5. 8.5. Minus 117 over, minus 114 under. So 8.5 is where they have it at.
To me, I say if you want to make some money, hit the over on that.
Well, obviously, you think it's Chisora by decision.
Yeah. So if you want to make money on that, safe bet, hit the over on that.
How much is the fight to go the distance?
The fight to go the distance is depending on the book, you're finding it anywhere between plus 150 and plus 170.
So why don't you do that, Ezra?
No, because it's gonna get the over. It's like I could see a late stoppage for Chisora.
Ezra, I want to get the people your number here. So you had Bentley, Riley, and Chisora all on the money line.
Money line, yeah.
Plus 201.
Exactly. As I said, 204 right there. We're right there.
Matt, I'm going to pull up yours here quickly as well. You had knockdowns. You had 2 knockdowns in the Wilder fight?
Yep.
Okay, give me 2+ knockdowns in the Wilder fight. And then what was the other fight that you said?
A knockdown in Saavedra versus Bentley.
Okay, I got to find that here. There it is. Knockdowns, total knockdowns. That brings it to plus 237.
Okay.
You got plus 105 on the 2 knockdowns in Wilder Chisora and minus 155 on the 1 knockdown in Bentley Saavedra.
Make some
That's
money.
not bad.
All right.
All right. I don't have any quick hits. Matt, you have anything you want to talk about that we haven't covered?
You didn't. Man, I don't know what all you covered because I wasn't here.
Oh,
the big news stories.
Did you talk about the WBO saying that Dimitri Bivol has to fight the winner of Callum Smith versus David Morrell?
Nah, that's a quick hit.
Well, no, here's the thing though, right, Matt? What did I always say? I said Morrell has a better shot of getting that fight than Benavidez does. I always said that, and I truly believe it. And I do believe that fight most likely will happen next.
Ernesto Tito Mercado has announced his departure from Matchroom. He is a free agent, the undefeated heavy-hitting junior welterweight.
I'm gonna give a guess right now. Be ready to see him on a Zuffa card.
I hope not. His manager's his dad.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ernesto Mercado, if you ever listen to this, go to PBC. Trust me. Go to PBC.
I seen him at a Zuffa card maybe like 2 events ago.
Yeah. But he may be PBC may be very interested in you, Ernesto Mercado.
That'd be a good fit, honestly. That'd be a good fit. But I could see him
24 years old.
I could see him on Zuffa. I think that these guys are a lot of guys are going there for just like a guaranteed activity.
Ernesto Mercado, trust me, PBC will be very interested in you.
Really no impact with Matchroom. I mean, that was an unmemorable pairing right there, him and Matchroom.
They didn't even do the Richards and Hitchens fight, but they both were there.
Yeah, it's crazy. What else you got? Quick hits.
Well, I didn't scour. I don't know. They did announce the undercard for Usyk versus Verhoeven. Your thoughts on the undercard?
Man, that was a horrible undercard. Goodness gracious. I mean, you got Catterall versus Giasov, I believe his name is. You also have on that undercard, I'm trying to think of refreshing my memory here.
I think this undercard is an A+.
No, come on, man.
So it's Hamza Shiraz versus Aleem Begic, Jack Catterall versus Shakram Giasov, Frank Sanchez versus Richard Torres Jr.
I do, obviously we like
and that. Then Mizuki Harada versus Mai Solomon.
Now,
this is the A+.
Is it May or Mai?
That's not A+. That's not A+. Listen, that card, Frank Sanchez versus Torres is obviously the fight you're gonna watch. I think Shiraz right there. That's for the middleweight title, if I'm correct there. But that's those fights.
He's at super middleweight.
Is it for super middleweight title?
Yes, the vacant WBO super middleweight title.
Yeah, so I don't love any of these fights, but besides Torres Sanchez, but we'll see what's up with Sanchez's knee. You know what I mean? I think he could be really going in there as damaged goods, but we'll all be shit in that. This event is just a lot of
So here's the thing:
nonsense.
Sanchez versus Torres is a banger.
Okay.
Baggage versus Shiraz is a very interesting fight because this is the first legitimate 168 pounder that Shiraz has fought.
Oh, okay, all right.
Giasov versus Catterall. I don't know if it'll be aesthetically pleasing, but it's a very interesting fight, and this is a gulag fight. Because whoever loses, they got to go. So
I agree with you on that.
I think that's a very interesting fight, and and Mizuki or Haruta. I like her. I like her personality. She's not very entertaining in the ring, though. I'm gonna keep it a being. She's not very entertaining.
She's
but
not.
I do like her personality.
I seen her in person, and I'll tell you right now, that was not an entertaining fight.
Yeah, but she does do a nice backflip.
That is true. All right, I think we covered it all today. What a show!
How did we cover it all?
I think people question whether I could play point guard on this team.
Wait, how did we cover it all?
Matt wasn't done. How you just?
Oh, yeah, more.
There were 3 changes to the Tyson Fury Arslan Makhmudov card.
Okay, let's hear them. I wasn't even aware of this.
Yeah, I know, because you don't do your research. But
I was told I was running the show 30 minutes before it happened. But all right, let's keep it rolling.
That was more than 30 minutes.
Let's keep it rolling.
Hold on, because I hit you up at 8 something on my time, so it was more than 30 minutes.
I was half asleep. I was half asleep.
All right, but don't lie.
But I was half asleep, but I responded. So when I woke up, then I realized.
But don't lie.
Then I had realized what had happened.
Yeah, but don't lie.
And a little part of me didn't believe you. A little part of me didn't believe you. I thought, oh, Matt, there's no way. There's no way Matt on a Deontay Wilder day wouldn't show up for work.
I showed up. I just had no input on the show. But you know what? Hey, listen. If you feel like you covered everything, that's fine.
No. Tell me these changes. I do want to know these changes.
No, it's fine. It's nothing major to you. Just Breon Gorham got a new opponent.
Make a short for the channel.
Yeah,
have EzRaw make a short for the channel on this.
Yeah, let's make a short about this, Matt. Let's make a short.
Yeah, because honestly, there's a lot of meat left on the bone for boxing. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna make a short for every single topic that we did not cover today.
All right,
that's what I'm gonna do.
Is that what the people have to look forward to from you?
Yeah, and not only that, that's coming today.
Oh wow, you're gonna have a quick turnaround, huh?
Oh man,
that's coming today. All the topics we didn't cover. So we're gonna talk more about Dimitri Bivol, his situation with the WBO. All right. We're gonna talk about Eddie Hearn versus Conor Benn because it is heating up. Oh my God.
All right.
It is heating up.
All right.
All right. We're definitely gonna talk about last night's victory by Pedro Tatarán. Okay. And he has been calling out Oscar Collazo, and Collazo seems to have cold feet about what's going on. Now he's saying, "Oh, you got to talk to the promoters." I don't know what's going on with your boy Collazo. You picked him.
He'll step in the ring with anyone.
That fight I watched last night on ESPN Deportes was for Oscar Collazo potential matchup.
Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea.
Unification. We got some business going on women's boxing. Listen, I got a lot of stuff for you guys that I'm gonna drop today. I might drop like 30 videos today. Who knows? Who knows?
Mike, do you have anything for the people to look forward to here in the coming week?
I'm still working on some. You talking to me or Matt?
Mike.
Nope. You said Mike.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
Nope. I got nothing.
Good stuff.
All right. EzRaw, what do you got for the people?
I'm still working on my Junto Inoue videos. I'm going to get them out this week. This will be the week I get them out.
All right. And then we still have one of our guests from the show today here. JBZ, tell the people where they can find your work and what they have to expect from you.
All right. Just check me out at The Boxing Source through social media on YouTube for this week's scheduled. We have an interview with Justin Poldo and with Coach Bob Santos that should be on slate here for the moment.
Yeah. And speaking of interviews, I have interviews with Dirty Boxing CEO Malky Kawa. I also have an interview with the main event of Friday's Dirty Boxing 6 heavyweight championship bout between Rob the Wolf Perez and Michael Garcia. Brunch Boxing is getting dirty, baby. We're going to be getting into Dirty Boxing. And yesterday I had the pleasure of interviewing Elijah Garcia coming off his decision loss against Kevin Newman. We got into a lot of different things, all things boxing, but he also gave us his WrestleMania picks.
Oh, excellent.
He's a huge wrestling
talked about
fan.
farming too.
Yeah, he's a huge wrestling fan.
Very wide range
I got
of
a lot of
topics.
content coming for you guys. I don't know what Ezra got coming. Still waiting for that weekly roundup that he never did after 2 weeks. We're waiting on all these breakdowns. Hey.
Short-lived.
And then since we had Jay Beasy on the show, one thing that I'll be posting here to the timeline this weekend is Jay Beasy did release some boxing cards. I got a couple packs right here, and I'm going to be filming the opening of those and posting it to the channel so that way you guys can all see what he's got going on, and then I'll post the link where you can obtain them, where you can get them as well.
Excellent.
All right. That's pretty much it. Send us home. Ezra, you're the producer today, buddy.
Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a great show. I did not 100%. We didn't have Matt here 100%, but it came out 100%. Catch you guys later.